2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Yo. Knicks won 7 games in a row. 7 games in a row. And you expect me not to be wildin'? You expect me not to be wildin'? Excuse me. This is gonna be a great recap. I just want to make sure my mic is good. I can hear myself, but I always, you know me, I'm always a little nervous about hearing and the vocals and the expression and the delivery and the clarity and I don't know what to do with myself because it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks of Knick wins, and I don't know what to do with myself because for 2 weeks I've been in a good mood. And as a Knick fan, being in a good mood for 2 weeks is a place that, like, wow. Yes. Refreshing. Welcome to the NYK Insufferable Weekly Recap Podcast with me, Chandachamp. I am here. Phone lines are open. Lunchtime live. Got on a little late. I had a little issue with my setup, but I feel like we are good. I want to make sure no echo is there. Visuals look good. I see it. What's up? We on Twitch and YouTube. Let's get it going, man. We got a lot to talk about today. Hopefully I got a guest coming to tap in on the phone lines. We're going to talk about one of the topics today, but for sure, 2 weeks of Knick wins, 7 in a row. The mid-threes killing. I will say, defensively, the New York Knicks are just like one of the top teams in the NBA. I did see a stat online, but I was trying to find the source of the stat. I don't want to provide false information, and everything you see online isn't always accurate. But I will spin the block on that stat. And, you know, if it's wrong, then we'll recant it. But I did see a fun stat. I'm going to go find it because it was very interesting to see how the Knicks starting 5 stack up against the rest of the league. And I did see that stat, and I was like, whoa, is this true? Where's this stat coming from? So I did ask. I just hit my mic. I did ask the person who posted that stat what was their source, so that way I could probably reuse it, but I do have a fun stat to get into. But 2 weeks of Knick wins, that's one. We're going to get into that. The mid-3 have some very interesting stats over these 2 weeks. We're going to get into that. Julius Randle, is he an all-star? We're going to get into that because all-star voting open today. Today, Tuesday, December 20th, you can start to vote on your all-star ballots. And it's a fan vote. A part of all-star voting for the starting 5 is it's fan vote. So we got to make our voice be heard for our Knicks. One got to go. Julius or Obi. We know Obi's hurt. Julius Randle's killing. Do we sell high? Do we ride with Project Baby Julius and see what we got with Obi? Are we going to talk about that? Player of the week and bum of the week. We're going to talk about that. And just in some general NBA chat, these refs have been wildin'. These refs, I don't understand what's going on, but I would not be surprised if somebody damn near punches a ref in the face. Because these refs have been wilding. And I even got a couple incidents throughout the whole season. And it's not every incident because clearly I can't watch every game. But since the beginning of the season, these refs been wilding. Excuse me. I thought I muted myself so I could just whatever. And some breaking news: the Phoenix Suns are about to be sold officially after all that BS that came out, and racism and sexism and all kinds of egregious things that we don't want to allow in our professional sports teams. People think that because you have money, you have power. People think because you have money and power, you can get away with things and you can do whatever you want. But when you are an owner of a team and you have minorities who are millionaires, who are making money to make you a billionaire, you can't be racist. And you employ women, you can't be sexist. And it shouldn't even be because of this, you can't be this. It should, where's your humanity? And I'm not going to get into the Suns, but you could look up the details of all the things that have been happening with the Phoenix Suns, and it's over the course of many years. And it's just crazy to me how so many people talk about culture and a team culture and building a team culture to attract players. And you have a team like the Phoenix Suns who have Devin Booker, who they drafted, Michael Bridges, who they drafted, John J. Ayton, who they drafted. They were able to draft high-quality players and then get Chris Paul to put the icing on the cake and then go as far as they have gone in the playoffs. Front office, coaching, all top tier. But the Knicks are always you need to build a positive culture. And every time we make any type of movement, it's always met with something else. How do you not want to come to New York when you got like Phoenix getting away with some of the things they got away with? Well, they haven't, and they got sold. Dolan ain't selling, and the Knicks in Madison Square Garden, there's such a huge conglomerate. There's a network involved. There's Vegas, there's LA, they're all over the place. So to just sell the Knicks as an entity, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But we got to stop giving this excuse about the Knicks culture. It's not spotless, but it ain't as dirty as some of these other teams right now. But let's see. We already know we can't trust Dolan and all that to keep things consistent when it comes to a culture. You need to build that over maybe 10 years or so. We got SO Analytics in the building. Peace, 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 peace. And we got a couple things to get into today. I don't know when you joined, but 2 weeks of Knicks wins. It's been 2 full weeks and the Knicks have yet to lose a game. How do we feel about 2 full weeks without experiencing a loss? I cannot be mad at that. It doesn't matter whether they're at the top of the East or the bottom of the East. If you could go 2 full weeks without losing, 2 full weeks without losing, just imagine that. Just imagine in your life, in anybody's life, 2 full weeks where every time you step on the court, every time you go outside, every time you go to work, it's always you just winning consistently. Wow. 7-game winning streak. And they play the Warriors today without Steph Curry. Now, a part of that winning streak and a part of the couple of wins that the Knicks have had this week, in the past couple weeks or even this season, a part of the wins that the Knicks have had this season, they haven't played against the number one guy on the team. A couple of times they didn't play against the Joker. When they played the Wolves, I think, who was it? Gobert was out or Towns was out. One of them was out. Now we play the Warriors without Steph. Without Steph. We play the Warriors without Steph. And we could still lose. It could be a pool party. But the defense is what's giving us something to talk about. Now, we play the Warriors. We play on Christmas this weekend. We play the Sixers. And I believe on Friday we play the Raptors. Let me look this up. Why didn't I look this up before the game? Before the stream? I don't know. Because I was trying to get it right. So we could go into Christmas with a strong streak of 9 games. Christmas is going to be the Christmas game is going to be the real test for the Knicks. I'm not looking past the Warriors, and I'm not looking past the Raptors. The Raptors are on a losing streak. The Raptors are on a losing streak with some talent on their team. And the Knicks, like you said, are in 6th place, and they play Philly on Christmas. The Knicks are 17-13. Philly's 17-12, a half game ahead. Brooklyn is 19-12, a game and a half ahead. So it'll take a little bit of work for the Knicks to get further. Merry Christmas, Don Pacino. It'll take a little bit of work for the Knicks to get further, but they're a game and a half above Miami and Atlanta, who are tied for 7th and 8th, and they just beat Indiana. Oh, we play Indiana again, I believe. So I think the Knicks are going to be firm in that little 5-6 spot for a little bit. For a little bit at least. And the Knicks won all the games last week. So I think we could keep it going, even if we lose on Christmas. So what? Okay, so here it is. I'm bugging. We play the Warriors today. If we win, that's 8. We play the Raptors tomorrow, back-to-back. If we win, that's 9. We could win both of these games because the Warriors don't have Steph Curry. And then on Friday, we play the Bulls again, who got destroyed by the Knicks. I'm sorry, it was destruction. Jalen Brunson was cooking, had people falling down when it was getting crossed over and everything. So let that man cook. Let me fix this. I feel like I hit the chat box by accident. There we go. The chat box supposed to be on top. There we go. Actually, let me move this chat box over here. Bang. So we could beat the Warriors and the Raptors and the Bulls. And then we get Saturday off and play the Sixers on Christmas. So we got 7. Today makes 8. Tomorrow makes 9. Friday makes 10. We could go into Christmas with a 10-game winning streak. Ho, ho, ho. 10 games. Let's go.
I want you to put the word out there.
We
back up.
I'll put a little bet on it.
We back up.
Worst case scenario, we get 2 out of the 3. Which could be tonight, because the Warriors, listen, you know we like to talk about the bets. We like to talk about the money on here. The Warriors are one of the worst teams in the league playing on the road. And now they don't have Steph Curry. If you got a little bit of change to bet, take the Knicks in this game. Because the Warriors suck on the road. They suck. They suck on the Warriors are trash. Away from Golden State, from San Francisco, they are trash. And then the following Tuesday, we play the Mavericks, and we definitely got to get that revenge game for Jalen Brunson. Because remember I said it looked like the team ain't really support him or be like, yeah, we're going to beat them. Like, the team should have been there. The team should have stepped up, but it looks like the Knicks are playing well as a team. So we damn near could get 2 out of 3. I think we win all. It's actually 4 games this week. 4 games this week. I say we win 3 out of 4. I think we lose to the Sixers. But you never know. You never know. They got Joel Embiid and Harden. Tyrese Maxey's hurt. Tobias Harris you could shut down. I want to see Quentin Grimes on James Harden. And let me know what that stat line looks like against James Harden. Because Quentin Grimes is giving people lock smash. So I want to get that hype. I want to hype him up. That's what I'm saying. They might move up. They could definitely move up. And let me give an interesting stat, because we all love our stats. So in the last 7 games that the Knicks have won, this is the mid 3, which is Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and RJ Barrett. Julius Randle in the last 7 games has averaged 27 points per game. I'm taking out the decimal, I'm rounding up or down. 11 rebounds per game and 4 assists per game. Jalen Brunson has averaged 20 points per game, 6 assists per game. RJ Barrett has averaged 22 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and 2 assists. Plus 85 for Randall, plus 85 for RJ, plus 62 for Jalen Brunson. So the mid 3 is easily scoring about 70 points altogether in this Knicks win streak. I'll take that. So that's something that we talked about before too. When one person is killing and the others see that, they help. They don't fall back, but they feed the hot person. And RJ has been grinding back into form. It looks like he's getting comfortable. He's not forcing it. And we see when Julius Randle got ejected, RJ stepped up. And it's funny because Jalen Brunson only plays 31 minutes a game average for this win streak. RJ and Julius play the most minutes. So let's see. No Obi Toppin. We lose a bench. We lose somebody on the bench, and we thought it would affect us, and it hasn't. It hasn't. And then you got contributions from Quentin Grimes. You got contributions from Quickly. You got contributions from Mitchell Robinson. He's giving you crazy amounts of rebounds. I think Mitchell Robinson should give you a double-double a game minimum. And we need to get at least a couple possessions for Mitchell Robinson to create for himself, because we create for him often. Alley-oops, pocket passes underneath the rim. He just dunks it. That's his bread and butter. We've seen he got a big body, and he got to body people. Mitchell Robinson on Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is crafty, and he's tricky. He likes to get you into foul trouble. And we don't have Obi Toppin as an extra big to go out there. So let's see. I don't want to skip over the other teams we play, but to me, that is the most important game of the upcoming week against the Sixers. But the mid 3 are distributing and playing very well. People wanted Tom Thibodeau fired, and they didn't want to give that man a chance. And look what he did with the chance that he got. Look what he did. So if you got money to bet, I'm betting on the Knicks tonight against Golden State. Let's see what the spread is. If it shows me right now, without me logging into anything, I'll figure out the spread. But, yo, player of the week. I got to get me a nice little, player of the week intro. I need to get a bum of the week intro. But player of the week, I don't know if I've given this guy any type of love for player of the week. It was all chemistry. And you can see on this Knicks squad, that they were all about supporting each other and chemistry. For sure. So that's a great point. I wonder why the chat not popping up on the screen though. Tell me why on some Backstreet Boys thing. Let's see what the spread is. But I didn't give this man love. But to me, player of the week is RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up.
RJ Barrett.
Understand me? We back up.
Shooting well. He got himself a dunk. And he got himself a dunk on somebody in the last game. When do you ever see RJ Barrett go to the paint and just dunk on your head? I've been yelling and screaming for that man to dunk on your head. Because he can. He's 6'6", 6'7". He's strong. He was doing it in college and high school, and he kind of adjusted his game as soon as he got into the NBA because he's a smart kid. But he got to use that athleticism and just go body people up. He can. He can, and he will, and he shall. RJ Barrett, Player of the Week. Now, unfortunately, we got to get somebody as Bum of the Week. And I'm sorry.
I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry. But
I beg your pardon.
Emmanuel Quickly is my Bum of the Week. And I'll say why. Just for the offense. The offense. That's what we know he can do. Emmanuel Quickly has given him, he's been selfless this season when it comes to defense. He's scrapping for rebounds. He's trying to stop you on D. He's guarding you up. We saw him do that against Denver when he guarded up Jamal Murray. Emmanuel Quickly is really becoming a two-way guard versus a scoring combo guard. So I don't want to take that away from him, and I want to acknowledge that requires a lot of energy. But we got Grimes. We got Deuce. We need Quickly to be consistent with the scoring. And that's why he's not a bum, but because it's called Bum of the Week, I had to give him the Bum of the Week.
Special.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah, whatever, man. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, IQ, but we already know, man, IQ is a quality player. And speaking of the betting lines, the Warriors are 6-point underdogs. So either you want to take the 6 points or not. That's the game of the week. So I'm going to be on later tonight to talk about that game. And we're going to discuss the game and watch the game. So let's see. But real topic of the week. Because I'm improving these things. So here we go with the topic of the week. Topic of the week is, and this is perfect because all-star vote. Yo, Don Pacino, I forgot the track with the Bum of the Week. I gotta get that. I gotta get it, man. Send it to me, man.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Come on, send it to me. Help me out. But yes, tonight they play the Warriors. That's the game of the week. I'm not gonna put the Bulls on there again, and I don't really care about the Toronto Raptors. Nah, I don't got that. I don't care about that. So I want to see the Warriors against the Knicks, whether they got Steph Curry or not. I want to see Draymond Green and Julius Randle yelling at each other like two pit bulls. That's what I want to see. I want to see Draymond and Julius. I want to see Kodak Black and I don't know who Draymond Green look like, but I want to see two pit bulls yelling at each other all game. And I want the referees to chill because the referees have been wilding. Now I'm going to pause on the topic of the week because the referees have been wilding. First, one of the referees called Spencer Dinwiddie. He cursed him out. One of the referees cursed out Spencer Dinwiddie. You can look that up. The other day, the referee ejected Luka Doncic and Jason Kidd for nothing. And a couple days ago, Luka Doncic got a technical foul because he was talking to his teammate. When do you ever see a player get a tech because he's talking to his teammate? That's like when you're in school and you're doing group work and you talking to your classmate. And y'all laugh about something and you get in trouble. But y'all on the same thing. Like y'all working together. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The referees are playing for Vegas or something. So Luka's getting picked on. John Morant got ejected for talking to a fan in the stands. I don't know if y'all caught that. But there was a person in the stands who's actually a fan of John Morant. Like, they're a big time fan of Ja Morant. They were in the stands and they were sitting close. They were sitting like first row, second row, whatever. And they was talking. They was talking to Ja, and Ja was talking back to them about what was going on in the game. And the referee heard Ja talking shit about the ref, and the ref said, "Oh, word? Boop! Get out of here. Get out of here.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Get out of here." Come on, the ref was like getting tight and threw him out the game. So I'm just saying, maybe the ref's working for Vegas.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe.
This is a conspiracy of the ages.
And we can't forget about the 87 travel calls when the Knicks played, I forgot whatever team, but they kept calling so many damn travels. Everybody was confused. So all I'm saying is the refs are doing too much, and this might be a game where the refs continue to do too much, because everybody know Julius Randle got an attitude. Everybody know that.
On top of that,
Everybody
it's
know.
really draining. It's emotionally, physically, and spiritually exhausting.
It is exhausting, Julius Randle's attitude. And we all know Draymond Green got a stank-ass attitude. He be snuffing people and all that. We already know Draymond Green, what he do. So, let's see. This is going to be prime time entertainment. Will Julius Randle and Draymond Green have a fight tonight?
I hope so.
So, let's see. But All-Star voting, is open tonight or today. So you could go on NBA.com or wherever and vote for All-Stars. And I'm voting for Jalen Brunson. I'm voting for RJ Barrett. I'm voting for Julius Randle 1,000,000 times. But is Julius Randle an All-Star? If we look at the season that he made the All-Star team, when he was most improved player, is Julius Randle an All-Star right now? Because I think so. The way how he's not necessarily carrying the team, because the team is playing very well together, but I do see he's elevating his leadership, right? I do see that he's passing the ball better. He's rebounding the ball. Julius Randle is actually fighting for rebounds. He's not standing on the side just watching. He's not standing on the side just watching at all. He's actually going in the paint and fighting for rebounds. And the team is actually team rebounding better. He's not a defensive lock. I get it. But he's contributing. He is contributing. So, is he an All-Star? Now, yeah, Tibbs definitely had that talk. Tibbs definitely palmed him by the back of his head, was like, yo, what's up? You trying to play defense? You trying to sit on this bench? He definitely had that talk. We know Tibbs is old school. Tibbs, Tom Thibodeau is old school. The Knicks are scrappy. So when he made the All-Star team in 2020, 2021, he averaged 37.6 minutes. So say 38 minutes. He averaged 24 points a game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. In the past 7 games, Julius Randle has averaged 36 minutes. He's averaged 26.7, so let's say 27 points a game, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. So his rebounds are up, his points are up, and his minutes are down. Based upon the season that he had when he was an All-Star 2 years ago, he's already playing better. So how is he not an All-Star? That's my question. How is he not an All-Star? The Knicks are winning. They have a winning record. The Knicks are one of the top teams in the East. I really said that. The Knicks are one of the top teams in the East? Wow. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. The Knicks are one of the top teams in the East. Wow. At the forward position, let's see. Let's look up the standings and let's look up the players that are on those teams. Because being an all-star, at least being voted in, is popularity. It's popularity, for real. But if you play well, you get in from the coaches. So you have the Milwaukee Bucks, number 1 team in the East. You know Giannis is making that as a forward. From the Celtics, number 2 team, a half a game out of first place, you got Jason Tatum. He's making that. So that's 2 forwards. The Cavs, they don't got a forward making the all-star team. So that's an open, available slot. The Nets, you got Kevin Durant. He's automatic. The Sixers, they don't have a forward. Joel Embiid's a center. The Knicks, Julius Randle. You can put, I think, 5 or 6 forwards in there, 2 starters, and then whatever. I think Julius Randle gets in off the strength that the coaches will recognize that the Knicks have a winning record, and he's improved himself from his previous all-star selection. The Heat, is Jimmy Butler a shooting guard or small forward? It depends. Will he make the all-star team? That also depends. He's not playing better than Julius Randle right now. He's not playing like trash, but let's see. The Hawks don't have a forward. The Pacers don't have a forward. The Raptors have a forward in Pascal Siakam, but the team sucks. So we're not going to see that. The Bulls suck, so Zach LaVine ain't going to make it. But the Wizards suck. Kristaps Porzingis ain't going to make it. The Magic ain't going to put nobody. Pistons ain't going to put nobody. Hornets ain't going to put nobody. So by default, off rip, Julius Randle is making the all-star team. Now, do we see Jalen Brunson making the all-star team? Celtics got an all-star at guard, Jaylen Brown. The Cavs might have 2. They have 1 at least with Donovan Mitchell. The Nets, you know they're not going to put Kyrie. Kyrie got to have fan vote because the NBA ain't putting Kyrie in the all-star game. Hell no. The Sixers, will they have Harden there? Probably if he stays healthy. So you got Jaylen Brown, Harden, Donovan Mitchell. That's 3 guards, and you have 2 starting from fan vote. The Heat, Jimmy Butler, toss up. The Hawks will have Trae Young off the fan vote. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Does Tyrese Halliburton from the Pacers make the all-star team? Not a starter. So you say honorable mention. That's what I mean. The coaches could put the bench. Does Jalen Brunson make the all-star team or Tyrese Halliburton? Who makes it of the 2? That's something to think about between this week and next week. And we're going to spend the block on that. But right now, we're talking about Julius Randle. Is he an all-star? I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to put that up. And tonight's game, tonight's stream, let's get that poll ready. But one thing that's very interesting, and I don't know why the chat is not popping up on the stream. I could see the chat on the side, but it should be popping up on the stream. Let me see. Hold on. Let me switch scenes real quick and go right back. Let's see if that awakens it. I think Brunson deserves. But with Obi Toppin being injured, one gotta go.
I beg your pardon?
Obi Toppin or Julius
I beg your pardon?
Randle. One gotta go. Let me know. Tyler Hero could replace Jimmy, but I'm looking for consistency, and I don't know. Let's look that up and talk about it. But Is this time to trade Julius Randle while he's killing it? Even though I just said he deserved to be an all-star. We've seen all-stars get traded. Melo got traded. Do we sell high on Julius Randle and see what we could get? Or do we trade Obi and see what we could get? Because if you're the Knicks and you see, okay, we're at the 5-6 spot. That's where we're going to end the season at. We're going to be the 4-5-6 spot. We're going to be right there in the middle, right above the play-in. And Julius Randle's a part of this team going forward. If the Knicks look at themselves in the mirror and say, Julius Randle is a part of this team going forward, what does that mean for Obi? Do we blow it up?
What are you waiting for, huh?
Or do we say, we got something we could do here with Randle and Obi and be strategic? Maybe you play them both at the same time. If Obi gets better defensively and Randle gets better defensively, then you have a unique lineup of Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, and Obi. And you can interchange quickly in there. That's a unique lineup. But we haven't seen that. And I would love to see Obi Toppin play at the center if they play like a small ball lineup. Or Julius Randle play at the center if they play like a small ball lineup. But they got to start to mesh better. And one stat that I saw online, and if you want to call up, y'all got my number. You could call up. This is the stat that I saw online. I don't know if it's an official stat, but let's see. The 2022 best NBA lineups with a minimum of 200 minutes played. The number one ranked lineup is Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney. That's with a net rating of plus 23. That's your defensive rating, your offensive rating, and your net rating plus 23. The number 2 best lineup with 200 minimum minutes played is Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson with a plus 14 net rating. This ain't no conspiracy. The number 2 best lineup is a New York Knicks lineup.
He's on fire! Bang! Bang!
The number 2. Come on.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up.
I don't see
Understand me?
the Bucks up
We
there.
back up.
I don't see the Celtics up there. But there's a couple strange teams that you see on that stat. And this is why I don't get too much into stats, because at the end of the day, if the game is close and you need somebody to close out in a playoff series, who's going to close out? Now we got Steph Curry. He could close out. Let's see. You could have the number 1 defense and it could carry you. You got the number 1 offense and it could carry you. I don't want to get too technical. Let's just embrace it. The Knicks are shutting people down defensively. And we already know how the Warriors can lock in. Offensively, we got Jalen Brunson that could close. And that's an indication of future improvement. Exactly. Jalen Brunson could close. Julius Randle, we saw him close out the game against the Pacers by knocking down clutch free throws. And I was very nervous about that. I'm like, Julius Randle's shooting free throws to close the game out. So What that mean? That's why tonight's game is important. They don't have Steph, so the Knicks should be able to close this team out and get number 8. Win number 8. Win number 8. Win number 8. And Jalen Brunson is a steal. And that's why I feel like Jalen Brunson should be an all-star. Because he is helping this team get to the finish line. That game against the Bulls, when he crossed up Caruso, splash, splash,
He's on fire.
splash. I'm just saying, we doing something right. We doing something right. We are doing something right. And I'm happy to see the Knicks. I'm happy to see the Knicks in a positive stat. Providing a positive stat. So let's take it. Let's take it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. It is going to be a defensive scrappy game for sure. And I honestly feel that the Knicks will get this dub. The Knicks will get this dub. Oh. Yo, Knicks Twitter's going in with the all-star votes. That's all I had to say. I just got a little But between this week and next week, I'm watching Jalen Brunson because I think he's going to continue to elevate himself, and he's such a positive leader. He's the type of guy that is going to push the pace. He's not going to over pursue. He's not going to overrun. He's going to pick his spots to be an assessor of the game and a table setter. He's going to see like, oh, okay, we need a shot. Oh, I need a pass. Or I need to settle everybody else down. And that's what he's been doing. The Knicks came back against Indiana and they fought off Chicago last week. And I think a test this week is going to be a real strong test. Oh, yeah. That's, the background. Got to change it up here and there. Little by little, you're going to see the whole streaming improve. I'm trying to get you on the camera, bro. When I get this third show going, I have 2 screens up, or at least a screen for audio, because I want people to call in. I want people to give their takes and give their thoughts and give their opinion. Brunson is a technician, and Brunson is calculated. He is surgical with this. If he needs to drop 30, he'll drop 30. If he needs to score 15 and 8 assists, he's going to do that because somebody else has got the hot hand. He's calculated, he's surgical, and he's cool under pressure. And that's something that is underrated as far as a leadership quality. Cool under pressure. Cool under pressure. And I think this team is better than the team that made the playoffs 2 years ago. Because we didn't have somebody who was cool under pressure. Julius Randle folded. RJ Barrett was young. Obi Toppin was a rookie. Quickly was a rookie. Derrick Rose gave it all he had, and he was hurt. Now we got to improve Julius Randle and improve RJ Barrett. Now we got Jalen Brunson to set the table. Now we got Mitchell Robinson, who's seasoned. Now we got IQ, who's seasoned. Now we got Quentin Grimes, grimy. If we can make a little trade just for an additional glue guy who could support in the case of injuries. And I know everybody loves Jay Crowder, and I have no idea why, because he sucks. But if we could get somebody, a little glue guy, a little 3-and-D glue guy, that's not going to cost a lot. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We got something up our sleeve. Up our sleeve. Woo. Yeah, the team has grown together. The team has grown together. The team has grown together. I still think they are missing a person who can just come and take over a game. The players on this team have an ability to take over a game, but they don't have like a Joel Embiid or a Luka or a Jason Tatum or somebody who could just say, give me the ball, I'm taking this over. But do they need, when they're number 2 in net efficiency with that 5? Because we've seen that they could play together on defense and they could play together on offense. And sometimes that's all you need. I compare these Knicks to the Detroit Pistons with Ben Wallace and Rashid and Tyshawn Prince and Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups. They had some players who could hit a big shot. Chauncey, Sheed, Rip. They had players who could specialize. Ben Wallace, Mitchell Robinson, specialized on defense and rebounding. They had a great defensive coach who wanted to play the right way. Tom Thibodeau is one of those. And they won a championship. And they were consistent in the playoffs playing their style. We're going to rough you up. We're going to grab rebounds. We have a point guard who can lead us and set up the offense. We have a wing player who can play defense. Tyshawn Prince, Quentin Grimes. We have a wing player who can score. Rip Hamilton, RJ Barrett. We got a big who can stretch the floor and grab rebounds. Randall, Rashid. And we have a center who can lock you up on defense, block shots, grab boards, and play scrappy and dirty. Ben Wallace, Mitchell Robinson. That's who I compared this team to, who made more than one finals and won a championship against who? The Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. That's who I compared this Knicks teams to. They may not necessarily have a guy who could come take over, but they got a team and they got supporting players who could come together as a conglomerate and say, we're going to beat you up. We're going to beat you up on defense. And now when we got the ball in our hand, we got somebody who can make a big shot or make a play. So if that's what this team could do and they could continue to build. We may not need to get that star player. Forget Zach LaVine. Chicago don't even want Zach LaVine. And based upon his play against the Knicks, he ain't going to fit here. So let's see what we got. Once in a while in the NBA, there is a team who just comes consistently without that guy, and they're in the playoffs and they get some championships. Even the Spurs, when they had young Kawhi, they have veterans and they had people to play their role. And the Knicks ain't that, but they went up against LeBron and Bosh and Wade, and they were able to handily beat them because they played with trust. They played together. So if the Knicks continue to play that way, they are solid. They are solid. You got to have trust and you got to play together and you got to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is our identity. And early in the season, we were talking about what's the identity of the Knicks. And I think the Knicks are finding their identity as a strong team defensively that you have to worry about every single night on defense. You have to. Every single night on defense, you got to worry about them. You got to worry about them on defense, for sure. So, that could take us far. What you think? What you think? They can make it to the second round. They can make it to the second round. So, if they play the Hawks, for example, let's look at this. Let's look at the standings. Let's look at the standings. If, let's say 1 through 8, if it stays like this, you got Bucks. I'm reading down 1 through 8. You got Bucks, Celtics, Cavs, Nets, Sixers, Knicks, Heat, Hawks. Knicks in 6. That means they would play the Cavs in the first round. They are beating the Cavs. For sure. I feel like the Cavs are a different team when they got to play outside of their home. And yes, Donovan Mitchell is there. They could beat the Cavs. If they end up playing the Hawks, they could beat the Hawks. If they end up playing the Heat, they could beat the Heat. The only teams I'm worried about are the Bucks and the Celtics and the Nets. And I think that's because the Nets are getting healthier and they're playing together as well. And they got Kevin Durant and Kyrie. And woo, that's going to be a tough matchup. But they could get to the second round and knock off one of these teams. And let's say if they play the Celtics in the second round, I think that's interesting. Or if it matches up where a lower ranked team beats a higher ranked team and they end up playing the Heat, they could beat them. They could beat them. So I think they got something to say and they got something to prove. And I think the Knicks, with their experience of going to the playoffs a few years ago with the same coach and pretty much the same players, and now they added more on top, wow, I think they can make some noise. They could make some noise, man. So I think the key to that is staying within the identity that they've built. They've built the identity of a tough defensive team, and you got to worry about them scoring. RJ Barrett now is not a liability. He could hit that 3 when he's open. You see him going to the basket. Now I want to see it stay consistent. Stay consistent, because now it becomes a mental thing. You've proved that you could be physical. You've proved that you could play physical and tough. But now mentally, when you play against the Brooklyn Nets again, do you succumb to Kevin Durant's mental game? Do you succumb to Joel Embiid's mental game? Do you succumb to Marcus Smart and Jason Tatum's mental game? Or do you make them succumb to yours because you were beating them up physically? And if they do make a trade or acquire a player, I think they could get like a little enforcer type. I don't want to see Pat Bev because he fake. You know when you get those fake tough guys? I feel like Pat Bev is one of those fake tough guys. He was talking shit to Chris Paul yesterday, and they were losing by like 20 points. How you talk shit when you're losing? I don't want to see that. And I don't want to have that attitude rub off on the team that we got. But if they could get somebody who's tough, or maybe one of the players that they got, like Isaiah Hartenstein, that's a big dude. That's a big dude. He could be that tough guy, I think. So it doesn't got to be Randall. We could protect Randall. He could be that tough guy, I think. So let's see. So we need to make sure our mental is as sharp as our physical on the court, physical play on the court. And you have experienced people like Derrick Rose, and we know Derrick Rose has gone on a journey in this league, and mental toughness is indicative of his journey because he's had a lot of injuries physically. And he needs to help this team, and I hope they keep Derrick Rose for mentorship and leadership because mental toughness is key when we play these teams. If we could stay sharp mentally, oh, watch out. Oh, you try to call? Oh, my fault. Call back. Actually, let me call you. I just seen it. I had my phone on silent. You ready? Check.
Yo, check. What's good, NYK Insufferable?
Yo, Chandachamp here with a caller. Yo, what you want to go by? Analytics or Mo Pierre to Donna, New York to Don Donna?
Yeah, we're going to go by analytics. We ain't going to,
Scratch that. What's up?
Got to use the Conan.
What you got to say?
I just want to say, man, great stream. Real good information. I think that, like you were saying, the Knicks are finally starting to get this identity going. And I don't know if you noticed, like in the past, sometimes what ends up happening is, and I'm not trying to jinx it. It seems as though every time when we're getting the flow and a momentum going, there's some sort of erratic, out of order trade that like throws everybody off. It's like, okay, it's like a stock. It's like, okay, we built the value of the stock. Let's sell it. And then eventually, it happened a little bit with the Melo situation. It happened a little bit with a couple of situations, you know? But that's one of the most vivid ones. Like, we start winning. We start trading a couple of guys. We have a little Batman and Robin thing going on with Felton and Amari. And then we start shredding through the league. And then Melo kind of is more of a post-up playoff player. And then it kind of like, we have to rebuild from that. Because his energy takes on so much. So I feel like if we're going to do a trade, it's probably going to have to be Obi, because I feel like Obi kind of he reminds me of a guy that could have played off the bench of the Warriors. And I say that because, he likes to shoot threes. He's not the best rebounder. He doesn't seem like it seems like if Randall was there, the dominant energy when Randall's into that rebounding defensive energy, he's going to kind of fall back a little bit. He's not going to take things down. So I feel like we just have to be very careful if we're going to do trades. Like you said, we're going to bring fresh blood into this team, fine. But if we're going to be the aggressive team and we're stamping that identity, we're molding and embedding that identity, I don't think we should be erratic with the trade.
That makes sense. That's a good point. You definitely want to keep the consistency going. And it kind of makes sense that Obi would be the guy to trade because, one, he's not playing right now because he's hurt. And they're killing. They're winning without him. So it's like, okay, you don't want to make a trade that messes up the chemistry. You want to make a trade that's going to help. So if Obi's going to help, how do you fit him in? Or can you maybe get something for the future for him? Let's see.
Right.
That's a good point.
I think And speaking, you just reminded me of Rose. I don't know if you heard where Jason Kidd made that he made like a whole public declaration saying that the Dallas Mavericks wanted Derrick Rose. Or he was saying something about like we need his expertise on our game plan. I don't know if I could pull up the clip, but he literally went on a post game.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that, but send me that. And I will say this, the Dallas Mavericks are the junior Knicks. They got Frank Ntilikina, they have Porzingis, they got Theo Pinson, they got Kemba Walker now. Now you want Derrick Rose? Like, what more do you want? Like, get out of it. What they gonna give us? Like, so that's funny. Right. That's funny. Thanks for calling. Let me wrap this up. I appreciate it. That's a very good thought and a very good idea with the Obi Toppin thing. Let's see. I think the Knicks should keep Derrick Rose for his expertise. Forget sending him to another team for his expertise. Because what they're going to give us, they're not going to give us no draft picks. So we might as well just keep him close, keep him with the coach that knows him. And Derrick Rose don't want to go nowhere.
Right.
So for Jason Kidd, he hurting because Luka keeps getting technical fouls. That's why. You need to talk to Luka about the and we took Jalen Brunson from him. We took Jalen Brunson from them, and they tight because they realized they let somebody good go. But thanks for calling. I'm gonna click you off because I want to wrap up the stream. I appreciate it. Definitely keep tapping in, bro. I appreciate it, man.
No doubt.
Look at that. Calling in, talking that talk. That was a great point. And I'm gonna clip that up and I'm gonna post that on the socials. But yo, lunchtime live, we went over a lot, but it's okay. It's okay. We had a lot to say. And it was all popping. Tonight, game of the week. I didn't realize that the Knicks played so much. I might do a second game of the week. Let me see how things shape up for me and the schedule. But let me edit this, post it on the pods. Great time chatting with y'all. Hopefully y'all had a good lunch. If you went over your lunch, tell your boss that you was on the live and it was popping. The Knicks are on a 7-game winning streak. What are you talking about? But get with me, hit me up. Thanks for locking in. Time to click this off. I need to get some outro music. It's gonna come. But people